Welcome to Remotely Webcast. I'm your host Val Balita. Join me as I speak with industry experts, business owners, virtual assistants, and other industry players as we discuss topics such as streamlining your business, increasing your profit, maximizing your time, maintaining work-life balance, and how virtual assistants can help you achieve those. Let's get rolling. Behind every successful virtual assistant are effective training programs and competent trainers. Hi, my name is Val Balita. I'm your host for today, and welcome to Remotely Webcast. With us this episode is Sam Navarro, trainer from Remotely Assist. Hi, Sam. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
I'm doing great as well. It's a pleasure to have you here. Now, before we start with our discussion about the training program of Remotely Assist, please give us first a brief background about yourself.
Like all people who started in the call center industry, I started as an agent myself. Then I was given the opportunity to become a trainer, and I trained communication skills first until I became a product trainer. I then trained in the different call centers here in Metro Manila until I found working in a training company that allowed me to train in all of the call centers here in Metro Manila and even abroad.
Now, that's quite an impressive and extensive background. And I think it makes you really qualified to train virtual assistants. Now, how do you find the training so far?
Well, I've been doing it for a long time, actually, more than a decade. And I became accustomed to doing it. It's like a second skin to me, like a second nature to me. And just as I told JLo and Beth, I I like everything about training, and I love creating modules, delivering it, and of course, everything in between.
That's nice. Now, in a nutshell, how would you describe the training for virtual assistants here at Remotely Assist?
It's very challenging actually because you have to make them understand that it's very important for them to upskill themselves. You have to make them understand what's expected of them, what's in it for them, and they have to change their mindset about the training.
Mhm. Now, would you give us an idea how like a typical training day with Remotely Assist look like?
Well, actually, for me, it's about preparation. I'm a very organized person, and I like to start my day early. And I like them to take after me, to come into class early too. So I'm trying to mold them after me so that they're ready to conquer the world.
That's actually a good mark of a good trainer, like be setting a good example to your trainees, right?
That's right.
Okay, now how do you tailor your training approach to accommodate different learning styles and levels of experience, given that, as you've mentioned, there are plenty of people with different personalities in a training room, right?
Yes, that's right. That's why we require the trainees to submit their DIS profiles so that I can check the DIS profiles. And of course, these are adult learners, so you have to make use of adult learning principles. And of course, we have to reiterate that it's very important to be considerate of people because we all have different learning curves. So they have to be considerate of other people and make sure that no one gets left behind.
Wow, that's really nice. It's really nice that as a trainer, or it's really important that as a trainer, you are also flexible and adaptable, right?
Hmm, that's
Now,
right.
now, what do you think, or what specific skills do you think are most important for virtual assistants to possess, and how do you hone this in your training process?
Well, actually, we have two kinds of training programs. One is actually three now. We have the general virtual assistant, we have the executive virtual assistant, and the inside sales agent. So, for the GVA or the general virtual assistant, they have to learn email, calendar management, social management, data entry, and all the other courses. For the EVA, of course, they will take care of the executive. They have to learn like the CRM, um, generating leads for the client. And I make sure that I teach them that. I actually give out spot tasks to them so that they'll get used to a boss talking to them. And of course, the inside sales agent should be very good in lead generation, cold calling, and video editing. Same with the social media management. They have to be good at using Canva or any video editing software.
Wow, that's an extensive set of skills that a virtual assistant must have.
Yes, that's true.
Mhm. Now, but after training, what happens next? How do we handle our trainees or our virtual assistants after the training?
Well, what sets us apart is that we have to train them um, or with programs that the client is using. So once they get paired with a company, we will ask the programs. So at least get them familiarized with the programs that the company is using. And of course, make sure to instill in them the value of being independent because once they get into a company, they would have tasks and they have to make sure that they're able to do these tasks.
All right. Now, a few questions back, you explained how extensive the set of skills our virtual assistant must have. Now, aside from skills, what else should or what other things should virtual assistants have?
Well, they have to be, as I said, they have to be autonomous or independent. And of course, they have to be proactive because they don't know what they're supposed to do, right? They would have to ask the bosses. And they have to ask and be assertive. And Filipinos are not known for being assertive. So, yes, they have to communicate confidently with the employers.
All right. Now, as a trainer, how do you measure the success of a training program?
Well, when the employer is satisfied with the VAs and continues to be, of course, they're going to retain the contract because they would either ask for a replacement if they're not satisfied with the VA. But for us, we make sure that we liaise between the client and the VA. So that's the job of a client success manager. And of course, we hope that whatever we taught them, they would apply on the workplace.
All right. Now, in your opinion, what sets apart a truly exceptional virtual assistant from average one?
Well, someone who is truly willing to learn and upskill themselves um, because they have to understand that in this market right now there are a lot of competitors there who's always continuously upskilling themselves in the VA world, so they need to be independent and improve themselves.
All right. Now, for my last question, what three words would you use to describe virtual assistants after undergoing the training process?
Well, it's the ABC of becoming a successful VA. A for autonomous, B for brave, and C for competent. And I hope that by the time the training ends, they will become well rounded and ready to face the future.
Wow, that's very creative. ABC, autonomous, brave, and competent. I like that. And for sure, our clients would love to have virtual assistants who are autonomous, brave, and competent. All right. Thank you for your time, Sam. Again, that's Sam Navarro, trainer from Remotely Assist. And this has been your host, Val Balita. See you again next time.